This is Go With Us, and this is everything you really need to know this week in Pokemon Go, running from the 6th of October all the way until the 13th. Let's get straight into our calendar now, and as you can see, every Monday morning we do need to collect our Adventure Sync rewards. Remember, if you walk 5 kilometers in that week, you're going to get 20 Pokeballs. If you walk 25 kilometers, you're going to get the 20 plus 10 Great Balls and an additional 5-kilometer egg if you do have an egg slot open. If you walk 50 kilometers, you're going to get the same rewards there, plus an additional 5 Ultra Balls and another 10-kilometer egg if you do have an egg slot open. And if you do walk 100 kilometers, you will get an additional 15,000 Stardust on top of all of that. Then the other thing that's happening on Monday from 6 to 7 p.m. local time, we have our next Max Monday, which is a huge one. It is Dynamax Drillbur. If you do not have a D-Max Excadrill, this is currently the best ground type D-Max Pokemon in the game from an attacking point of view. The great thing about D-Max Excadrill as well is that just have a look at its fast moves. It does get access to Mud Shot, which is incredible because it's a half a second fast move. Back to our calendar now. On Tuesday the 7th, we have a couple of things going down. The first thing we're going to mention is that Dialga will be leaving raids on the 7th at 10 a.m. and returning, and we haven't seen these for a long time, is going to be the normal and defense form Deoxys. As a psychic type attacker, it looks like the normal Deoxys is only ranked in the 70s, which is not a very good ranking, and there are just much better psychic types to use. However, the defense form Deoxys in the Go Battle League can put in some work for you. For example, in the Ultra League, the reason why it's great to raid this Pokemon is that the certain IV set that you want there, you're going to need a 12, 13, 15, which is very interesting, not something we see very often. Right now in the Ultra League, Deoxys defense form is currently ranked 262 with that XL Candy, but remember, this can change. With every seasonal update and a little meta shift, this Pokemon could shoot right to the top again, so it's a great opportunity to get all these Deoxys. More importantly though, the shinies of these Pokemon are really, really nice, and they can be soloed, which is great. Deoxys outside of Pokemon Go is not the easiest shiny to get. Sticking with raids, coming into Mega Raids on the 7th at 10 a.m. is going to be Mega Swampert, Mega Blaziken, and Mega Sceptile. I cannot push this enough. We haven't seen these Pokemon in some time, and the fact that they're all spawning in this week up until the 14th at 10 a.m. is huge. Mega Blaziken is the best fire type attacker in the entire game with Blast Burn. Remember, that is a legacy move, so you will need an elite TM for all of these Pokemon. The same goes for Mega Sceptile, which shares a dragon and grass typing. Mega Sceptile is the best grass type attacker in the game with Frenzy Plant. Guys, you need to get the Mega Energy for this Pokemon, and even Mega Swampert is in the top 4 water type attackers, and even with the ground typing, it's breaking into the top 10 ground type attackers in the game. If there's 3 Megas you were ever going to go after to really help you in your Pokemon journey, these are the 3. Please get the Mega Energy. You want to have as much as you possibly can and try and power these up. Try and get the Hundos because they are going to feature heavily throughout the rest of your Pokemon Go journey. These are huge Megas to go after. Just very quickly, with a lot of these events going down, it's important to try and have as many Pokecoins as well as premium items as possible. If you guys are looking for some great ways and some cheaper ways to top up your Pokecoins in Pokemon Go, consider going to Top Up Live, which is going to be the sponsor of this particular video. Top Up Live is a global trusted platform that has been operating since 2013. With military grade security as well as over 250 payment methods, Top Up Live has actually supported over 3,000 titles when it comes to topping up things like coins or currency in certain games, and they have served 126 global communities. They have offered a discount code, which you can see on screen right now, and we will leave it in the description. Trust me, hit this button. I did this the other day, and guys, for 1,200 coins, normally you would pay $10. Guys, I got this at almost half the price, which is absolutely incredible. They do support things like Apple Pay as well as Google Pay. You can even pay through your credit card from PlayStation to Xbox, PC, and even mobile games such as Pokemon Go. If you're looking for an easier way to get coins in the game, consider Top Up Live. Then the other thing to focus on Tuesday is going to be the Spotlight Hour, which is going to be featuring Ferroseed. That's going to be from 6 to 7 p.m. local time. The main bonus in that hour is going to be 2 times Evolution XP. Ferroseed as well going into Ferrothorn, actually a very, very beautiful shiny if you want to go after that, because it takes on that red as soon as it gets into the Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn in the Great League right now is currently ranked 276, which isn't that great, but believe me, again, with a little meta shift, this Pokemon can be very good because it's very bulky. But in the Ultra League, it's currently performing even better. With XL Candy, it's currently ranked 106. The optimal IV set you want there is going to be a 7, 14, 15. The great thing about Ferrothorn is that it's very bulky, very spammy, and it's very defensive, which is great. It's worth mentioning as well that the Steel Skyline event will be ending on Tuesday at 8 p.m. local time. Remember, we have done this full event breakdown. We will leave it as a card again, like we said earlier. And just because we mentioned that Ferrothorn and the Ultra League, remember, it will need the XL candy, so you can really take advantage of this bonus because those bonuses will be completely live, which is going to grant you extra candy as well as XL candy for throwing nice throws or better. So take advantage of that. Then moving on to Wednesday the 8th, it looks like the only thing we really need to focus on there is going to be the raid hour, which again is going to be featuring the normal form and defense form Deoxys. Again, if you're trying to get these shinies, or if you do want the Ultra League pick specifically for defense form, play this raid hour, and these Pokemon are pretty easy to solo. So remember to get your dark types out as well as your ghost types if you want to take it down. All right, then moving towards the weekend on the 10th, which is going to be Friday at 10 a.m., we have our new introduction of the Harvest Festival. This is a very popular event, especially leading up to Halloween every year. It looks like this year they are featuring the introduction of Diplin as well as Hydrapple. Remember that Diplin is another evolved form of Applin. If you guys want a better chance at finding those syrupy apples during this event, you're going to have to use a mossy lure module. It looks like these apples are going to be spawning around these lure modules a lot more frequently. The main bonuses for this event is that it's going to be 2x catch candy for catching Pokemon with pineapple berries as well as silver pineapple berries. So it looks like we're going to multiply even more chance of getting candy with those berries. We get an increased chance to encounter shiny Pumpkaboo as well as shiny Smoliv. Remember, Pumpkaboo come in like 4 different sizes, so you could get a shiny for each. And remember, there will be an increased chance to find apples at Pokestops with mossy lure modules active. Spawning in the wild, they haven't listed everything and they are keeping these lists short these days, but it looks like we're going to see Miltank, Combi, Smoliv, and more. And of course, you may encounter Applin. And there will be a page-timed research ticket for a total cost of $5 where we can get 2 mossy lure modules, an increased chance to receive berries from Pokestops, including silver piney berries as well as golden raspberries if we're lucky. The Harvest Festival will be running until next week, the 16th, but the only 2 things to worry about this weekend is our next Calm Day, which is going to be on Sunday the 12th, which is going to be featuring Solosis. The main bonuses there are going to be 3x catch Stardust for catching Pokemon. It's going to be 2x catch candy for catching Pokemon, 2x the chance of getting XL candy for trainers level 31 and up. Incense will last for 3 hours. Pay attention to the mossy lure module because you will be able to get syrupy apples from there. And on this lure module bonus, we've never seen this before, up until 9 p.m. that night, Solosis will have a very high chance at appearing at these Pokestops with these mossy lure modules, and they will have an increased chance to be shiny with the special background. That is an incredible bonus. If you're looking for that shiny with that background, make sure to pop that lure module. Trades will cost 50% less Stardust, and we will be able to do 1 additional special trade on this day, which I believe will stack with the trade Sundays. Do not forget about your trade Sundays. You usually get 1 additional special trade, so we should be able to make 3 on the specific Sunday. Trades will cost 10% less Stardust. You will get an increased chance of lucky Pokemon, and you will get an additional candy as well when trading. For example, you may have some Origin Dialgas that you've done maybe 1 or 2 weeks ago that you want to trade on this day. Remember to trade those. I actually just went lucky with a community member of mine. Unfortunately, it wasn't Hundo, but both of them did have Roar of Time and they are lucky. We've seen some incredible results from trading Pokemon. Trading Pokemon is your most underrated thing in this game. Then when it comes to Solosis, of course, it evolves into Duosion and finally into Reuniclus. If you evolve Duosion on this day into Reuniclus, it's going to learn the fast attack, which is going to be Charm, which is going to do 13 power in trainer battles, and in gyms and raids, it's going to do 20 power. Last but not least, in the Tales of Transformation, do not forget about your research breakthrough box. You will be able to get Alakazam in there. That Hundo CP is going to be 1310. Aggron will be in there at 1285. Morpeko can be found in there with a Hundo CP of 832. Dreepy can be found in there at 328. Frigibax can be shiny in there, and that's going to be 534 CP, as well as Sinistea being in there at a 488 CP for the Hundo. Remember that Sinistea can be the antique form Sinistea, and if it is, you will need to use 400 Sinistea candies, and there is a spotlight at the end of this month. I believe we will cover that as well. If you do have the phony form, it will only need 50 candies to evolve into that phony Poltergeist. We did put it as a card earlier, but if you guys want to take full advantage just before that Steel Skyline event ends, we will leave it as our end screen. We really packed that video, and you guys really seem to enjoy that video as well. That's everything you really need to know, from taking down Duraludon to maximizing the bonuses and so on and so forth. Guys, really appreciate you being here. Go with us. Please smash that like and subscribe button. We really want to grow with you guys, and it's happening by the week. We can only do it with your support. Love you guys. Go with us, and we'll catch you in the next episode, baby. Shh.